I have been getting a very similar question from many clients that I'm working with right now. And by many, like really, it's not like I have hundreds of clients at one time, but from a lot of clients, especially when we're just at the outset or just starting in on things. When people come and find me, they have typically been through a lot. And they have a lot of things that they've done research for, years even, to figure out what works for them and what doesn't work for them, and what they need to put in their plan in order to support the biochemistry to work better so they have less symptoms. And across the board, every single client I talk to is so smart, like deeply into this and deeply into having done so much research and self-advocacy, which is like so great. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me how much we have to build that as a muscle. And I love it. And at one point, that's the piece that needs to move. How do I explain this? So, this is, I'm thinking of this like a back deck chat, where I used to do this on my back deck in Calgary when I had my house. And I would just talk out ideas and things I'm thinking about, especially based on patterns of what I'm seeing in emails and in communications from people and talking with clients. And so this is when I just got an email from a brand new client. And she said, I'm paraphrasing what she said, but she said very clearly has histamine and mast cell involvement with whatever is driving her symptoms, but a lot of other things as well. And she is very similar to so many other clients that I work with. And she said, I'm down to like 7 or 8 foods. And at our first appointment, we talked about expanding and including other foods in. But as soon as I brought them in, I noticed a reaction. And I know these are good for me, so I should stick to the list and have more of those foods, because that's what I'm supposed to aim for. So I'll go in whole hog with the list of foods that you gave me. And I realized that I need to clarify this even more. No food list is going to fix you. Sorry, that's a jerky thing to say to somebody who's in that position where they're like, so what am I supposed to do though? You're actually supposed to stick to the foods that feel okay. It's really okay to start there. Do you stay there? My goal is not for you to stay there. But how long you stay there is entirely based on you, your nervous system, the biochemistry in your body, and how good those foundations are that you're building. And whether or not I'm actually doing my due diligence to try to identify what are those foundations that you need. So it's a team effort for sure. But the person who decides all of this, the pace, how many new foods, and all these pieces is you. It's not me. It's you, and it's your nervous system. And when the nervous system is on edge because of years of advocacy for yourself, years of looking at everything as a potential that could harm you, your nervous system now, and understandably so, especially when you've got histamine and mast cell issues, which is the majority of people that I support, there's something about the person who's done this kind of work, who's in this deep with sensitivity, that our nervous, I'm in the same boat as you, our nervous systems are still in that survival mode. And our work is to acknowledge that you're in the survival mode. That's our only work to start with. It's not even to take you out of that survival mode, because if we try to take you out in some way, my fear is that the nervous system then goes, oh, so I did it wrong. I did this wrong too. Because so many of us with chronic health issues think it's our fault and it's because we've done something wrong. And it's not. It's a body that's got a lot on the go. I'm not going to blame anybody or place blame anywhere, because I don't want to fan the flames of anything. I really just want to dismantle. I'm all about dismantling the war talk with ourselves, the war talk that drives so much of our biochemistry potentially. And I want to approach it from a different point of view. So for this client, I'll give you an example. So she says, I eat my 7 foods that I know I can tolerate. And I thought, okay, well, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of eating these foods. I want a little bit of variety, and I want to join in with everyone else. So I tossed everything out, and I did 3 days of just following the low histamine list, because I know those are supposed to be good for me. And I realized that in our conversation, I wasn't clear enough, because that was not my intention. My intention was eat what you're eating And when you're ready, if you're curious, if you're feeling a desire or pulled to add something new, here's a list of foods that should be least likely to actually trigger your symptoms. And what of this off the list do you want to bring in? And just bring it in for a little bit, and just bring it for a few bites along with the meals that you've already got. Don't change the meal you've got. Don't change the meals that work for you. Oh, don't misread me. You're not going to eat those meals you've been eating for 3 years at this point. You're not going to be eating those meals forever. But we're not going to shift it in 2 weeks. We have to take the nervous system into consideration, and we have to work along with the parameters that she has preset, because she has preset them because she wants you to survive. And by telling her she's done it wrong, we're telling your body you can't believe her and you can't trust her. I want you to be able to trust your nervous system, and I want your nervous system to be able to trust us and our approach and way in. And in order to do that, the secret is we actually have to go slow. And the idea of going slow is incredibly infuriating to a person who is up to here and has had it and has so much sensitivity that I just want to live a normal life. Like, who's ever felt that? Yeah, like I have for sure. I'm with you. And the interesting piece of all this is when somebody's got sensitivities and you introduce a new piece, sometimes introducing a new piece now doesn't feel safe to that nervous system. Potentially a nervous system. It could be another thing that now does a bit of repair somewhere else. And that now starts to upset the balance. And then that triggers the nervous system to then register that as not safe. So again, it's not you, it's not me, it's your nervous system actually that's going to decide the pace of this. And you have to defer to your nervous system in part, but we have to do other pieces as well. As part of a holistic approach, I think getting some mental health supports is really important through this. And I certainly help clients set up with a lot of these pieces. We also do a lot of foundational supports in feeding you and helping you notice what are actually hunger cues in the system. How does your body tell you you're hungry? What if, when there's an uptick in symptoms, it's just an indication you're hungry? So for my clients, now I'm like, I want to take the low histamine lists out. I don't even want to put you on a low histamine approach. Because if you're already like 3 years in, 5, 7, 20 years in, it's not going to feel safe to you because you just winnowed down to 7 foods. And now what are you supposed to do? So to me, the early work, before you even introduce a low histamine approach, is to actually build safety in the body, some kind of biochemical safety, utilizing food to create that safety. What I mean here is using food to nourish you before your blood sugars are off. Using food to nourish you so your nervous system gets the signal that we're not living in a time of famine. So many people who come to get supports who are sensitive systems have done a round of eating paleo, a round of cutting out grains. Most have done a low carb approach. Many have gone a keto approach. Some have done intermittent fasting because they've heard the carbohydrate piece and the blood sugar piece, and so these are supposed to address it. They don't address it, they make it worse. So I'm here to help you dismantle the war talk around food. And I'm not the one that decides the pace, it's your body that decides the pace. So part of the work that I do, especially between the first 3 appointments I have with clients, we have like 3 or 4 times a week we have emails back and forth. I don't initiate it, the client does. Some clients really feel bad getting in touch in between appointments, and that's fine. I'll leave it at that. But if a client, I always tell them, listen, if you have questions, email me. And the more sensitized we are, the more we need those touch points and the reassurance as we go through. So that's what I'm here for. That's what having a one-on-one practitioner does for you, is that you have a sounding board, you have somebody who can help bounce ideas off of. And so the reason I'm saying all of this is that, you know, you're not doing anything wrong, ever. If your body is reactive, it's information. And if your body is like this sweetheart who took all of her 7 foods out and then went to just low histamine, super reacted. The way she was eating before, there was not much plant food. I get it. She reacts when there's plant foods. Okay, when you react to plants, vegetables, and fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, whatever, anything from the plant world, if you're reacting to those, I guarantee you there's gut issues and there's microbiome issues. If we toss in plant foods where your microbiome can't handle them, now we're going to make the microbiome even worse. Or not necessarily will make the microbiome worse, will drive inflammation. Because you don't have the right microbiome in the first place. But wait, those foods help develop a happy microbiome. They do, eventually, but you can't start there. You're missing 3 other steps before you look to plant foods to help enhance your microbiome. We first have to actually calm things down at the gut lining in order to reduce inflammation. We have to do gut repair. We have to build, I keep using this analogy in so many different cases, you have to build a foundation to the house. You know, telling people to go low histamine approach, my fear is that we're making you get in on the second level of the house. We haven't built your foundation nor the first floor of your house. We're already getting you into the second floor of the house. Well, what's that going to look like if you don't have a foundation underneath this second floor? It's going to fall apart. It can't stay up there. It's impossible. So the foundation pieces have to be put in place. And my foundation pieces over the last 6 months have drastically shifted because of my work with sensitive systems. And I apologize to everybody I've ever worked with before because I don't think I understood how slow we have to go. And I don't think I had as deep an appreciation for, we actually have to stop the momentum going forward. We actually have to stay still before we take a step forward. And I'm now realizing that's actually what we need to do more than anything. And so I'll tell you a little secret. This is what I'm doing. I just built a new handout yesterday because I talked about it with clients for the last month. But now it has become a handout because I sent it out to my client yesterday, where we're anchoring meals. So I'll give you the really brief of what that looks like. Anchor your meals. There's a couple of rules to this. If you've got 3 meals in a day, this is what I do now in my first appointment with people. It's even simpler than what I've ever done before. Now we anchor meals. The handout, I have 2 of them. They walk you through 2 different aspects. There's anchoring breakfast and then there's anchoring the other meals. Breakfast has to be within 30 to 45 minutes of being up. That's just where you start. What do I eat for those foods? You eat what your usual breakfast is. Don't change anything yet. Just change where you eat it. Go for that 30 to 45 minutes of being up. It does a lot. My handout explains why. If you want to know, send me a message. I'll tell you. I won't bore you with it because most people are like, glazed eyes, I don't care, Luka. Eat within 30 to 45 minutes of being up. And then, how long until your next meal? Is it more than 3 hours? Put a snack in there. Have a snack. What time should you have the snack? Same time every day. Your lunch. When should you have your lunch? Make it a half hour to an hour anchor every day. Same time. Do that for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Same thing for dinner. And for some clients, I figure out if they need another snack before bed, start there. And if you anchor your meals like this, you start to send a signal of safety. You don't even change anything you're eating yet. You just change when you eat. And that's enough of a change to signal safety to the body. And that's the kind of work that I think is important. So I just responded to the sweetheart. And I just said, yeah, just keep eating the foods you're eating right now. And if you want to include something new, because she's quite tired of the same old foods she's been doing for a while, bring in 1 or 2 bites and try it, and try something different the next day, and try something different the other day of this list, because this list is less likely to trigger your symptoms, sure. But stick to the foods you're doing, but now anchor those meals. Anchor those meals first before you do anything else. And the hardest part of all of this, especially in systems that feel sensitive, the hardest part about this is that I want to do all the things because I just need to change it all and I'm ready to throw it all out the window. And I just want it all to change right now. And you can't. You can't change it all in one day. You can't sign on to take 4 more supplements. You can't do 7 new things. You can't overhaul everything. You have to go slow. It took you a long time to get here. And the only way to signal safety to the nervous system is to back out of that slowly. I feel like it's like a corridor, like we go down this corridor of inflammation as our life goes on because of things, that happen to us and whatever. And most people, we could take you out this way, the same way you went in. But if you've been in this inflammatory thing for a long time, you start to go down a side hallway of histamine and mast cells. And if we try to take you out here, we're going to send you deeper into the sensitivity corner. And to get you out of the sensitivity corner, it's a different rule for you. And we just have to go slow. So it has to be just about building that foundation. And part of the secret to that foundation is building that, the consistency of the meal timing. So that's where I start with clients now. I sometimes start with meat stock. Now I'm even questioning that. Like, can we even start there? Is that even too early of a point to start? I don't know. I'm just using feedback from clients and seeing what resonates, what doesn't resonate. And I don't know how to have the conversation about, no, you're still doing too many things without hurting someone's feelings. Because I also don't want them to have a sense of failure or a sense that they've done something wrong. The pace at which that brought you to here has been a frenzied pace. And to get out of histamine and mast cell and sensitive system things, it won't work with a frenzied pace. It actually makes it worse for you. So to take off the case that we have to be quick and we have to do all of the things, I think of it as a reflection of kind of the Western way of doing things, where we're like, take, more. I need this. And that comes from a place of not enough. It comes from a place of resources are going to run out. I need to grab all of the things I can while I can. And that got you to where you are as a sensitive system. And to get out of being a sensitive system, you can't go out the same way you came in, unfortunately. The invitation, if you are a sensitive system, is to now morph to what comes next. And what comes next is the dismantling of the frenzied pace, the dismantling of a war talk, and the dismantling of this feeling that you have to grab all the things and do all of the things because there's a sense of lack at the core of that. You have enough. Anchoring your meals is enough for now. Is that the only piece you'll do? No. Do you have to know what the next piece is? I'll tell you if you want to. But if your tendency is to go ahead and put that in place at the same time, I'm not going to tell you. Not because I'm gatekeeping, but because you're still in the frenzied way of moving. And that's what got you here in the first place. Because you were trying to survive, because you live in a world where we really fuel that, because you are a reflection of the capitalist patriarchal systems, the white piece, all those pieces of Western ways of more, I need more, I take more, I want more, I need more, I go to Costco, I want cheaper, because I need more things, I want my dollars to go further. Ugh, no. I mean, yeah, we still have to pay a mortgage. That's the tricky part. I get it. But when it comes to nutrition, the invitation is to take a different pace. And where we start that pace is just by simplifying things and going slower. And consistency is a part of the secret sauce there. So I'm rambling about many different things, only to say when there is a sensitive system is dealing with a lot, the invitation now is, where can we dismantle the frenzied pace? How can we safely take it down so it doesn't feel stressful to a system? And how do we start setting up a very basic pace? And I do that by anchoring your meals. It's so unsexy and it feels like it's not going to do anything. But the secret is, over time, the consistency of it starts to send the signals to your biochemistry in your body that you are living in a time where there is enough food, where you're going to be fed. Your body depends on that rhythm and that dependency. And then the biochemistry follows. So we life hack our way into this, I suppose. But in a way that feels like we're doing nothing. And if it feels like we're doing nothing, it means we're at the right pace. Maybe that's the way I can voice it. Is to say, if it feels like nothing, it actually means we're doing it at a pace that feels okay for your nervous system. Use that as a cue. Thanks for listening to my diatribe. I wish you well. Goodbye.